Welcome, and joining us today is Mohammed Khaleequr Rahman, who is a senior Congress leader and AICC national spokesperson. He's a well respected strategist and community leader from Hyderabad, and he has played a key role in shaping Congress outreach both in India and abroad. And he's also known for bringing his brother in law, that's former Indian cricket captain Mohammad Azharuddin, into politics. And, Azharuddin has just been appointed a minister in the Telangana Congress government. So I would like to welcome Mr. Rahman to ITV Gold. It's a pleasure to have you in our studio today. How are you?
Thank you so much. It's in fact a privilege and an honor for me to be here with you on this channel. And it is good afternoon from my side to you and to all your viewers. And in fact, they never expected that I would be interviewed here by you because I had such a hectic schedule. But yeah, but this is something which I couldn't say no. For the reason is because see today. The media plays a very important role, and I being the spokesperson, so I can understand the importance of the media, especially nationally and internationally both. And thank you for having me here on your channel.
Thank you so much. So, let's start with your current role as AICC national spokesperson and a senior Congress leader. So, tell me, what are your main responsibilities today, and how are you contributing to party's national strategy?
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting question because see, as far the Congress party is concerned, Congress is the oldest political party in India, and which in fact has taken part in the freedom struggle and has produced the stalwarts and the leaders like Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, and Indira Gandhi, and Rajiv Gandhi. And apart from that, we have in fact given one of the best prime ministers from our country, that is Shri Manmohan Singh ji, who was a great economist, a strategist, and advisor to many international organizations like the IMF, World Bank. And so on and so forth. So I think I feel myself, blessed and among the chosen ones to be working for the party. In fact, I joined the Congress party when I was in my college, so as a student leader, and then thereafter I have handled many responsibilities. So currently, in fact, I'm the national spokesperson of the Congress party, and also my responsibility and the job involves putting across the point of view of the Congress party and reaching out to the various sections of the society. And as we all know, because media plays a very important role, and especially the electronic media today. So I think, being a national spokesperson, I also, represent the party on, most of the national channels, international channels, and then put across my point. Today, the media, in fact, has become really hard hitting, I would say. So we have to, very strategically, put across our point. But sometimes it so happens that while we are trying to put across our point, but sometimes our voice, is, suppressed. But nevertheless, I would say that I get a lot of favorable response from most of the channels, and especially, Times Now and the other channels, because Times Now is one of the biggest channels of our country, and I'm there almost every day for 2 to 3 debates on that. So the Congress, in fact, is the party which, in fact, has shaped the the future of the country. And when after we achieved the independence. Then there were many challenges before the country, and then it was a very good team which was led by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, which in fact focused on the economic, educational, and the social reforms, and that is how the 5-year plan was put into action, and which made India a self-reliant in most of the fields. So today, in fact, India is one of the fastest developing countries in the world, and is almost on the verge of becoming a superpower, if not less than that, I would say. So I think the credit goes to the visionary leadership of the Congress leaders who took the reins of the governance in their hands when after independence, actually.
Mr. Rahman, I just curious to know. I feel like Congress communication has become much sharper lately. So tell me, what is changing behind the scenes?
Because as we all know, ours is the party which always believed in the inclusivity and the secularism, and we always follow the constitution of the country, and we, in fact, have been following our war against the forces within our country. But let me tell you one thing, because as far the Congress's main objective is concerned, and the main aim and I would say that the Congress is for the people and of the country, and we have in fact been out of power for almost about 12 to 13 years. And we have realized that, when we are sitting in the opposition, then we have to play a more constructive role as the opposition. And we, in fact, have been doing that, in fact, because we are raising the issues of the common man in the country. We are raising the issues with regard to the employment, which the present regime has, in fact, promised when they came into power in 2014. And then the overall development of the country, and the jobs for the youth, the creation of the opportunities in various sectors. So and apart from that, the communal harmony, in fact, because see, as we all know, India, in fact, is a diverse country where people of different religions, different faiths coexist, and they live in harmony. So I think the biggest threat to the country today is the hatred, actually. So we don't believe in the politics of the hatred. Rather, we want to the people to coexist and live with absolute harmony, and and then work towards the progress of the nation, actually. And we all, in fact, the Congress don't really have to prove any point when it comes to the nation building, because we have done
So,
that.
so
It's there
Mr.
in front of the
Mr.
world.
Rahman, Mr. Rahman, let's talk about your party. Tell me, how do you think, Congress, and especially you have the Bihar election coming on Friday. So tell me, how
Yeah.
do you think, Congress and your India alliance will do in Bihar elections on Friday?
See, in fact, because as we all know, the political dynamics and the landscapes in India has changed, especially now, since 90s, I would say. So now it used to be earlier only the Congress party, but later on, we have seen many regional parties coming up, and Samajwadi Party we have in Uttar Pradesh. Then we had also had seen the BSP, and like Telugu Desam was there earlier in Andhra Pradesh. Then we had the BRS, then the JDU, JDS, and RJD. So there are so many parties with the local agendas. So then that is where we the thought where we lost our ground, actually, because of the regional parties. Then we decided to work with the region parties, because it is very important that we understand the issues of the regional issues of different states, because as I told you initially, that India is a very diverse country, and every state has its own issues, has its own challenges. And we and then our system is not actually the federal system, because every state is headed by the chief minister, and then the prime minister, in fact, is elected by the members of parliament. So what happens is then we decided to, in fact, align and have an alliance with the regional parties. And now coming to Bihar, in fact. Bihar, in fact, is one state which is, politically very important, especially for Congress and also for the BJP. And Bihar is a very sensitive state when it comes to politically. And in fact, we tried our level best. But let me tell you and let me accept the fact that we did have some issues with regard to the alliance, because with regard to the seat adjustments, because of, I would say, the inexperience from our side with regard to the in charges who were made by our party. They probably were not, they did not actually deal very efficiently when it came to this seat sharing, actually. But nevertheless, I think let's see, because tomorrow is 14th and we are going to have the results tomorrow. But we are quite optimistic and hopeful that we will be able to form the government. Even though the BJP is also, claiming the same, but we are quite confident about it, in spite of all this flaws and the drawbacks what we all had.
So, Mr. Rahman, tell me, like, does Congress under Rahul Gandhi, they have a strategy to win elections, including, national elections, or you like waiting for BJP and NDA to fail?
See, because as far Sri Rahul Gandhi ji is concerned, Rahul Gandhi, in fact, if you remember, he in fact undertook the Bharat Jodo Yatra. And Bharat Jodo Yatra, the main purpose and the objective of the Bharat Jodo Yatra was to connect with the people of the country and then understand their issues. And after that, in fact, we have, been able to connect with the people at the grassroots level. And that, in fact, has played a very major role, I would say, and that is going to bear the fruits, in the times to come, I would say. And we always try to, talk about, against the hatred and the politics of love. Because in a country, as I told you initially, because we never believed in the politics of the hatred and in the divisive politics. We always, have been practicing the politics of inclusivity, wherein we always, create the equal opportunities for the people of all the faiths, for people, for all the communities, and then we, in fact, have always been very, very, I would say, thoughtful when it comes to addressing the issues of the people, because no one in India can understand the ground reality of India better than the Congress and better than we do, actually.
So, Mr. Rahman, you're talking about addressing the issue. So let's talk about the serious issue right here, the recent explosion near Delhi's Red Fort. So tell me, how do you view the, government is handling of the situation, and what does this say of, our like internal security preparedness?
Actually, it is very unfortunate. It is very, very unfortunate, because see, no, as far that explosion, is concerned, because it definitely is a failure of the internal intelligence, I would say, because and that too, because after the explosion, the central government, the federal government took almost about, 48 hours to declare that as a terrorist attack. But so that again raises many questions. When these people entered into Delhi via Ghaziabad, and then we have seen so many footages and all. Then what was our intelligence doing? And this is something which is very serious, because we, in fact, condemn, any kind of terrorism in our country, and we have zero tolerance, for terrorism. We can never, ever, tolerate any such activity. But this is, I think, a failure of the intelligence of ours, country, and it is very, very unfortunate because see, today it has happened at the Red Fort. Red Fort, as you know, is a high security zone, high security area, and if it could happen there, then what about the other parts of the country? So I think it is the primemost responsibility of our intelligence and also the inline security to make sure that no such incident would happen again, and the timing of this incident is also something which we need to talk about, because the Bihar was going in for polls, and then this happened. So I think I am not trying to hint that it probably could be for the polarization, but whatever it is, because the authorities, I think, should have taken, rather have swung into action more promptly than what they did, in fact.
Since you talked about the timing, and I want to ask you, like, do such incidents like tend to influence like voter sentiment, especially you are saying the election is there and this is happening, so I want to know about that.
See, what happens is, because as we all know, because in our country, unfortunately, because whether you like it or not, I want to tell you very, honestly and openly that, we are unfortunately living in an era where, politics are happening based on the religion and polarization. So there are basically two major communities in India. So unfortunately, whenever the elections are happening, there are issues and pertaining to the security and explosions, which in fact definitely have some kind of impact on the mindset of the voters. And we have seen in the past that it did help the ruling government.
All right. So, let's talk about Hyderabad. That is your political home turf. So,
Yeah.
and, Owaisi's AIMIM has dominated the city for years. So, do you believe like Congress can make a real comeback there?
See, as for the Telangana is there. Telangana, in fact, we are there in power now. We are the ruling party there. But as for Mr. Owaisi's influence is there, Mr. Owaisi's influence is confined only to 7 assembly constituencies there, and which is in fact the old city of Hyderabad, which is the Charminar, and Hyderabad parliamentary constituency is held by Mr. Owaisi. And then but other than that, I don't think the MIM has got any kind of impact or the vote share. So that's the reason they don't even actually contest in the other constituencies except these 7 constituencies,
So,
because they know.
okay. So tell me, like, what's your message to voters who feel like, AIMIM represents the only strong voice for minorities in Hyderabad?
Pardon me, can you come again? Because yeah, your voice was cracking. I couldn't.
So my question to you is that what is your message basically for the people over there who think that AIMIM is the only party that represents Hyderabad?
No, no, that is a misconception, because in fact, MIM is not the only party which represents Hyderabad, because Hyderabad, in fact, there is a greater the Hyderabad, which is called the GHMC area, and GHMC has got about 26 assembly seats. Out of 26 assembly seats, only 7 are held by MIM. So I think it is wrong to say that the MIM is the representative of the old city. I mean, the Hyderabad. MIM is the party which is the representative of the old city, actually, but nothing beyond that.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, I think there is a popular charge that Owaisi's AIMIM acts as the B team of the BJP. So, do you agree with that assessment?
I see. I don't want to comment on that, because that is what is being written in the media. That's what's being said. But because I don't want to comment on that, because see, MIM is a political party. MIM has got every right to go and fight elections in whichever state they want to, actually. So I mean, since I also belong to a political party, so I cannot stop any other political party from going and fighting the election in other states. So it is their policy. It is so I can't comment on their policy because it's a political party.
All right. So, as a prominent Muslim leader in Congress, how do you view the party's outreach to minorities today?
See, as for the minorities are concerned, in fact, because somehow they have been, they have felt discriminated on various fronts. So, and especially after the BJP has come into power. And let me tell you, because there are also instances where the BJP leaders, the BJP ministers, the central ministers, they have very openly commented against the minorities, especially the Muslims. So, which definitely led to the insecurity among the Muslims. So, and the Congress, as I told you, as I have been reiterating again and again, that the Congress is the only party which believes in the politics of the inclusivity and provides the security, the protection to all the communities, to all the people and people of all the faiths, not just only the Muslims, but to the people of all the faiths. But I think the BJP sometimes, especially whenever they feel that they are losing the ground, they probably as a part of their strategy, they send someone to make some statement. And later on, if that, gives them the kind of the leverage, then they will not comment about it. But otherwise, they will just simply ignore that actually. But I think that is not a good policy because BJP, in fact, is a national party and we all, in fact, must make sure that all the people of all the faiths, because see, we should do the politics on the development, not on the basis of the religion actually. So because India, in fact, has a diverse landscape, because every 100 kilometer the language changes, the cuisine changes, the dialect changes, and so in a country like that, it is very important that you understand the fabric of the nation. So, but unfortunately, BJP doesn't seem to do that because BJP, in fact, is relatively a very new political party. And it's got a non-political wing, that is the RSS. So BJP, in fact, relies on the RSS for all their strategies, for all their, the groundwork. So this is how it goes there, actually.
So, Mr. Rahman, so according to you, BJP is discriminating against Muslims. So, do you think the Congress is doing enough to rebuild trust and connect with young Muslim voters?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because as for the Congress is concerned, because we recently we have one Karnataka, then we have one Telangana, and we have in fact given the assurance to the minorities that they will not be discriminated, and we are trying to provide the level playing field, especially to the minorities. See, what is important and what is that the minorities want, because they want the educational empowerment, they want the economic empowerment, they want the social empowerment. And and Muslims in the country are actually lagging behind all these. So in fact, because I being a Muslim, since I come from the minority community, so I engage with so many social organizations, the NGOs and all. And I always tell that instead of blaming the governments, instead of blaming the parties, we must first make sure that we create such institutions and the government is there to help us. And with those things, because, for example, if we want to excel in life, if someone is putting in 100%, if we put in 110%, then I don't think there is anyone who can really stop us from excelling and from achieving anything, whatever we want to. And there are some, so many examples in our country. So, but there, especially, sometimes the media and these political parties, they run a narrative to, to demotivate the Muslims actually and to minorities actually. But I think when the government, whether it's BJP or any other government, because the government belongs to everyone, all the communities, be it Muslims, be it Hindus and all. So, but when the elections are there, I can understand that, okay, let the BJP fight the elections on a political agenda. But after the elections, the rest 4.5 years or little more than that, I think they should work combinedly, taking the opposition into confidence for the people, for the development of the people, for the growth of the people, for the progress of the people, for the progress of the nation, and without discriminating, against any particular religion or any particular faith.
All right. So let's move on from there. And I know you have spent a lot of time overseas in the GCC and the US, of course. So tell me, how do you see the Indian diaspora like contributing to India's political and economic narrative, especially in states like Telangana?
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting question. And in fact, I have been working very closely with the Indian diaspora in the GCC and the other countries. And not from now, but for the last several years. And I also have been a part of the Indian National Overseas Congress when Mr. Karan Singh was our president. And that's when I, in fact, got the opportunity to work closely with the Indian diaspora. And Indian diaspora, the role and the contribution can never be underestimated, because they have, in fact, contributed hugely in terms of, the economic stability of our country. Because especially I remember in 90s when Chandrasekhar ji was the Prime Minister of our country. I remember at that time even there was a situation where we had to mortgage our gold. So that is when the Indian diaspora came to the rescue. They, in fact, remitted the foreign exchange in large sums. And even today, I say, even because, see, as far the Indian diaspora is concerned, the GCC especially, they have their families staying in India, and their, in fact, influence, their families, their friends in India, and then their remittances, and every single individual of the Indian diaspora, in fact, is the representative of or the ambassador of our country. And that is how I would say, even in United States, they are playing a very, very important role, actually, especially in bridging the gap and in the promotion of the bilateral trade and the other businesses, especially when it comes to the pharma and the IT, because India, in fact, has contributed hugely to the IT industry in the United States. And the Silicon Valley, if you see, I can say that with pride, that it is the Indian brains, in fact, which are occupying the key posts there. And you see most the CEOs of the big IT majors here are the Indians. So that goes on to say that the Indians' contribution, not only in India, but outside India, is quite huge, I would say.
All right. So, coming to Muhammad Azharuddin,
Yeah.
your brother-in-law, and now he's a minister in Telangana, and you have played
Yeah.
a big role in his political journey. So tell me, how do you see his evolution from like cricket legend to political leader?
Yeah, it's very interesting, in fact. Let me tell you, because it was in 2007. That's when, in fact, I started talking to him. I told him that I think you should join politics because you have got such a huge fan following, not only in India, but globally. And then the cricket has given you a lot. I think it's now your turn to give, back to the people, back to the society. So even though he was not too inclined, he was not too ready for the politics, but it took me almost about 1.5 years to convince him to join politics. So in 2009 he joined politics, and immediately after that, I took him to Moradabad, and he contested from Moradabad, and he, in fact, within 3 months of joining the Congress party, he became the member of parliament from Moradabad. The people of Moradabad, in fact, believed in him, and they have showered their love and affection and in terms of their votes. And after that, in fact, he was the member of parliament. He did a lot for Moradabad. And I think if you can, Google and see the kind of the works, what he has done during his tenure from 2009 to 2014 in Moradabad, no other MP in Moradabad has done that. And now from Moradabad he went to Rajasthan, but somehow he lost very narrowly in Rajasthan. And then now coming to Telangana, in fact, in 2023 he had he stood for the state assembly there, but there again he lost very narrowly. And now we, in fact, have a by-election there, which, in fact, tomorrow we are going to have that result. So our party decided to make him an MLC and then the minister, because there was no minister for the last 2 years, especially for the Muslim minority community in the cabinet. So I think his choice, I would say, is a very good choice, and his understanding of the politics in this last 17 years I've seen it. I mean, he has evolved as a very good leader, I would say, because you see, he led Indian cricket team for close to 10 years. So he definitely has got a very good leadership quality. And there is a vacuum in India, even at the state level and at the national level, especially for in the Muslim leadership. So I think he is emerging as a face of the Muslim in the Congress party, not only in Telangana, but at the national level too.
So, Mr. Rahman, I want to end this interview on a very
Yeah.
personal note. You have balanced politics, diplomacy, and social work for years. So, tell me, what keeps you motivated and grounded in such a fast changing and often polarizing political landscape?
See, it is my belief in the Constitution, it is my belief in the people of India, and it is my belief in the ideology of our party, and my belief in, my family. And I've always, received overwhelming support from my family, because I'm a third generation politician, I would say, because my grandfather was a freedom fighter, and then my father, in fact, was a very senior politician, also a statesman. He was a member of parliament for 2 terms and held several important, positions in the state as well as in the federal government. So politics, in fact, has come to me naturally. So that's what keeps me motivated. I think, because I'm actually very grounded. I work with the grass at the root level. So I, in fact, feel that there is definitely a need in India for a very young and a dynamic leadership. I'm happy to see that we have a student wing called the NSUI and also the Youth Congress. And I've, in fact, worked with both the NSUI and the Youth Congress. And we have given a lot of, the leaders to the Congress from these 2 wings. So that's what keeps me motivated. And I'm really, very hopeful when it comes to the bright future of our country. And as a country, I would not like to say that BJP or the Congress are different, but we work when it comes for the development of the nation. We want to work together with the ruling party. But politics apart, when it comes to the politics, when we are on the ground, we are all ready and gear up to fight. But when it comes for the development and the progress and the growth of the nation, we are ready to support the party, and we have been supporting, in fact.
I would like to wish you and your party all the best, and thank you so much for coming on ITV Gold. Thank
Then
you.
it's wonderful talking to you, and I think I definitely look forward to again, being connected with you even from India when I go back. But it's always a pleasure, in fact, to be, sitting and talking to you when you are on a foreign soil. And
Thank
it
you.
makes, and thank you so much for having me over on your channel. And I wish all the very best and I think it's a Thanksgiving. So my best wishes to everyone. And then after that, I think we'll have the Christmas. So my advance wishes to everyone over here and to you and your family of the ITV Gold television. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.